week. Or maybe she's going to tell me about that guy. And then I have to go do it. So, that would make a little more sense. Wait, hold on. One of my friends and his wife had to. Their dog died today. Oh, that's sad. Almost the entire 19 years of marriage. That's sad.
Glad you came.
Hello, Serena. I received your owl. How are you?
Hello, my friend. Did you ever find Lodgok?
I did, thank you. We had a good conversation. He sends you his best.
Glad to hear it. I shan't ask for details of your little chat, and I'll refrain from telling you to be careful yet again. But I hope you will be, whatever your plans.
Of course. Your owl mentioned you're needing my help with something.
I do. I thought you might be just the person to do a favour for my friend Dorothy Sprottle in Upper Hogsfield.
I've actually met Mrs. Sprottle. I recently spoke with her about her friend, Claire Beaumont.
She's lovely. Her late husband Aidan was a friend of my father's. In fact, I'd stayed with Dot and Aidan the summers I waited tables here as a student. I've seen her a few times since Aidan passed, but the pub's been so busy lately, I've not been as attentive as I'd have liked. I wonder if you might pop in and see her. She may need some help collecting ingredients for her supply of Wiggenweld potion. And you could retrieve something of mine in the process. A box, full of old letters and such.
I'll try to go and see her when I can.
It would mean the world to me, and to Dorothy. Aidan was bringing the box of letters to me when he was taken ill. Dot can tell you where he might have dropped it. You'll find the hamlet just north of Hogsmeade. Please do give Dot my love.
Look at that. Okay, so I can only have my own custom waypoint on top of having the mission waypoint. That's good to know. I believe that's the case. My knee is hurting all of a sudden. Yeah, my muscle in my knee was like twitching yesterday. And so I was like, when I was at a stoplight, I like did a quick like search on the internet to try to figure out what the heck it was. This was like overstretched.
Ah, Upper Hogsfield. Now, where to find Mrs. Sprottle? Nice to see you again, Mrs. Sprottle. Actually, Serona Ryan asked if I'd come and see you.
Oh, dear Serona, a gem. Has been for as long as I've known her.
She thought you might need help collecting ingredients for your Wiggenweld potion.
And she's correct. My darling Aidan used to collect hawk lumps for me. Since he died, my supply has dwindled.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mrs. Sprottle.
Oh, thank you. Love of my life. A bit lost without him. If you wouldn't mind gathering some hawk lumps for me, I'd be happy to compensate you for your time.
Believe it or not, I have some with me.
Oh, thank you. How wonderful. The travelling vendors will be thrilled to replenish their stock of Wiggenweld potion.
Serona also mentioned that Mr. Sprottle was bringing her a box of letters when he fell ill.
Indeed he was. I'd almost forgotten. I stumbled upon it just before Aidan died. He was hoping to go through it with Serona over a butterbeer or two. Those two were always like two bowtruckles in a branch. Aidan took ill when he was collecting hawk clumps on his way to see her. He made it home, but I fear he dropped the box in the cavern. The cavern is in the hills just southwest of our hamlet. You can gather hawk clumps and collect the box of letters there.
Thank you, Mrs. Spruttle.
Thank you. I'll be here if you are able to collect those hawk clumps. I and the vendors I help would greatly appreciate it.
It might not allow me to.
This must be the cavern Mrs. Spruttle mentioned.
Because I don't think there's a limit on how much you can collect, right? Like, I think that's like, I mean, there might be eventually, but I don't think I've come close to hitting it. Then if I do hit the max and I still decide to collect stuff, it should teleport. It should change into XP. XP. That's what it should do.
Better have a look around. See about the hawk clumps and the box of letters. That's all the hawk clumps for now. Mrs. Spruttle should be pleased. Revelio. Confringo. Revelio. Revelio. Accio. Confringo. Revelio. Either I'll have to fight that troll, or avoid it altogether. Confringo! Brilliant! I think that's everything. Serona will be glad to have this back.
Cool. Just kind of get out quickly and go wrap that one up. Right. Now there is. I gotta go to the three broomsticks anyhow to drop these off. So probably best case would be to go and do that other one there as well, providing he's still there. Probably will be. Oi.
Revelio.
Sold some baby nifflers.
If I want it, I heard something. I did always like a polite man.
Revelio.
Hengist of Woodcroft certainly knew her.
I'll fix him. A charm grinder.
Hello, Serona. I have good news. I was able to provide your friend Mrs. Sprottle with some Horklumps for her Wiggenweld potion, and I found your box of letters.
Oh, thank you. I knew you were the one to ask.
I wondered about some of the letters in the box.
Of course. It appears most of the letters were from fellow students.
I saw a letter from someone named Mirabelle. Is that Professor Garlick?
It is. Still one of my dearest friends. I know she wouldn't mind you having seen that letter. She and I are of a similar mind, especially when it comes to young people. We believe experience to be an invaluable teacher. To borrow a phrase from Mirabelle, it's a joy to see anyone blossom, but particularly one who doubted they ever would.
I spotted a letter from you to Mrs. Sprottle. You two seem to have a lot of fun together.
We do. She taught me so much during my summers with her and Aidan. I shall be the first to admit that adolescents aren't always the easiest to understand. And not everyone was as kind to me as the Sprottles. But the depth of their kindness, and that of so many of my friends, got me through... well, got me through some challenging times, to put it mildly.
One of the letters mentioned Quidditch practice. Did you play?
I did. Was the Ravenclaw Seeker for 3 years. Oh, Merlin's beard. I adore Quidditch. Nothing like the feeling of catching the golden snitch when your team's down by 140 points. I'll never forgive Professor Black for cancelling it this year. I missed cheering for Ravenclaw.
I'm glad I could be of help. Mrs. Sprottle sends her best.
Don't know what I'd have done without her and Aidan. Thank you, again, for helping her. And for returning this box of letters. It's nice to reflect on good memories.
There was really nothing in it.
I'll say it again. Can't thank you enough for helping to save the village from those trolls.
He'll see it was a mistake, parting ways.
Sir, is everything all right?
How kind of you to ask. The name's Ackley Barnes. And no, it is not. I'm plotting a sort of revenge against my ex-business partner, a conniving fiend by the name of Alfred Lawley. He cut me out of our herbology supply business, just as we were getting started. Said I was too volatile to work with. I'll show him volatile.
That must have been frustrating for you.
Yes, it was. Terribly. I'm simply passionate about my work. Supercilious fool. He's passionate about things too, as I intend to remind him by relieving him of his prized possession. A venomous tentacula he's grown from a seedling that was to be the keystone of our business venture. I can't get anywhere near it with Ruth Singer watching me like an augury. Lawley's doing, no doubt. But no one would suspect a student. How would you feel about committing some grand plant larceny?
I'll get the venomous tentacula for you.
Marvelous. I know a fellow seeker of justice when I see one. Take as many herbology supplies as you like while you're in his cellar. All I ask is that you bring me the venomous tentacula. Remember, I just need that venomous tentacula.
Seems this must be it.
They're making me load in. This is more than just going in and grabbing it. This is going to be more than just grabbing the thing in the Honeyduke's cellar. I got a bad feeling about this. But how bad can a cellar be, right? You would think, right? You would think that, but everything is wrong.
This must be the cellar. Now, to find that venomous tentacula. Better not let Mr. Lawley see me. Revelio. Where is that venomous tentacula? So many spiders. I wonder if they can the whole house. Revelio. Now that I have the venomous tentacula, I should return to Mr. Barnes. Confringo! Alohomora.
Fetus. Get out to Hogsmeade. Phew. I mean, I missed that one, but that one chest, but that's fine. Who knows? I might be able to go in there later, but not now. Ugh. Sorry. It's still really hot in my room right now. Yeah, so if you're hearing a little breeze, I apologize. I got my fan on still from the last episode. Ugh, it's just so freaking hot.
Any luck retrieving a certain friend of mine from a former friend of mine?
Hello, Mr. Barnes. I have that venomous tentacula.
Wish I could see Lawley's face when he realizes his prized possession is gone. Let's see who's volatile now. Well done. I'll take it off your hands now.
Of course. Glad to hand it over, frankly.
I shall make an ocean of galleons, and Lawley's business will be sunk. Here's a little something for your next trip to Zonko's. Oh, to see the look on Lawley's face the next time he wanders down to his cellar.
Sorry, I'm complaining a lot. It's just, it's really hot. And I still got like about an hour of recording. It's like, I almost like never, uh, I can almost never anymore get, you know, get stuff. So I'm like get recordings in. So irritating. I was like, I want to record. I love this game, but yet just life doesn't allow me to. True meaning of adulting there, you know? I do have chocolate covered pretzels, which might melt in this heat, actually.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Perhaps a hybrid. I finished the activities you assigned me, Professor Garlick. Wonderful! I hope you gained a greater appreciation for the flora in our lives. I am forever enraptured by it. Just yesterday, I spent hours pruning my self-fertilizing shrubs and flutterby bushes. Didn't realize how long I'd been at it until the sun began to set. Well, if there's one thing I love to see more than my plants thriving, it's one of my students doing the same. Now, ready to learn flipendo? Chin up, keep a light grip, and it's all in the wrist. Let's see you give it a go. You will want to focus with this spell. Nothing as mortifying as knocking back a colleague when all you wanted to do was move a few pots. Wonderfully done! If you'd like to practice a bit more, Professor, I was wondering where you're from. What's your background? Oh, how nice of you to ask. Well, let's see. I grew up in London, right on the Thames. That sounds lovely. All the sights and bustle of a city. To some, yes. I used to dream of living in the country, but it wasn't until I came to Hogwarts that I felt truly at home. Mind you, it did take some time, and whilst it is my fervent hope that each student eventually feels as at home here as I do, it is not always the case. I suppose that makes sense. Well, we each bloom differently, don't we? Some of us, like Devil's Snare, thrive in the shadows, whilst others crave the attention of a bouncing bulb. And we each grow and thrive according to our own plan. Oh, I was terribly nervous when I arrived at the castle. You see, as a child, I knew nothing of witches or wizards. You can imagine how astonished I was to receive my letter from Hogwarts. I spent a good deal of time alone in either the greenhouse or the library my first days here. It does take a while to adjust to being here. Precisely, and I was remarkably fortunate. In fact, a seventh year took me under her wing during those first days. She remains one of my dearest friends. Was it Serona Ryan? It was indeed. How on earth did you know that? Serona has been a good friend to me as well. In fact, I retrieved a box of letters from Mrs. Sprottle for her. Oh, darling Mrs. Sprottle. She was always astonished I knew as much magic as I did, being Muggle-born. I dare say you'll find that the friends you make here at Hogwarts will last a lifetime. Now, I'd best get to my recent delivery from the Magic Neep. Mr. Teasdale promised me quite an assortment of seeds this week. Lovely to see you.
I thought it was like outside in the world. That's why I couldn't locate it. Makes sense. Ow, just cracked my knee. Alright, here we go. Are we ready, kids? Aye, aye, cat.
I'd actually enjoy Hogwarts.
Oh, is this the girl?
Can I help you?
I believe you can. I'm Sophronia, by the way, and I need help from someone who's at least a 5th year. Are you familiar with Herodiana Byrne? Don't answer that. Of course you're not. No one seems to know of her but me. She's only the single greatest Depulso master of all time, even taught at Hogwarts, briefly.
How interesting. I'm amazed I've never heard of her.
It's a travesty she's not more well known. I often read about great witches in my limited free time. There are many. Whilst reading about her, I learned that she built a secret Depulso training room here at Hogwarts. But in typical clever Herodiana fashion, one cannot access it unless one knows Depulso, which of course, 3rd years aren't taught.
And you're a 3rd year, so...
Quick one, aren't you? According to what I've read, her signature outfit may still be there. I would love to see it. Would you get Herodiana's signature outfit and show it to me?
If you tell me where to go, I'll see what I can do about it.
Simply go to the Hall of Herodiana. It's at the base of the Defense Against the Dark Arts Tower. There, you'll find a series of Depulso puzzles concealing pieces of Herodiana's ensemble.
Very well. I shall let you know if I find anything.
I can't wait to see Herodiana's famous ensemble. Perhaps I'll make myself a copy.
Suppose I should look for that secret hall Sophronia told me about. It does sound interesting. Revelio.
Of a friend of yours asking me to afternoon
This must be the entrance.
Okay, so that's what that one is. I guess it makes sense. It's a button you can push in. Huh. There was another one I saw somewhere in Hogwarts. I can't remember where though. I hope I get like some type of greater mastery of spells to do more damage or something like that. Kind of like with I don't
Legacy of Hermione Byrne was as good as Sophronia said she was. That chest, that wasn't too hard. I wonder what's next. I see. The switch reset everything. Good to know. Revelio. That's the last of them. Seems I was imagining. This must be the last piece of Herodiana's ensemble. It is remarkable. No wonder Sophronia wanted to see this.
Sure. Didn't seem too interesting to me. It's questionable. Meow. 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 I went to see Kiki's Delivery Service last night as a good job for like all my plans being accomplished that weekend, and like so made a really nice night. Went with a friend to see a movie, made a couple new friends, so it's all good.
Revelio.
Italians and a historian's uniform. It was.
Yeah, so I haven't figured out how to do that.
I adore playing with
Sophronia, I solved all the puzzles in the Hall of Herodiana.
Incredible! Then you found Herodiana's outfit. May I see it?
Of course. Behold.
Oh, how grand! You'll look as majestic as Herodiana herself, the greatest depulso master of all time.
You can actually wear it, though.
You're my second favorite hero!
My older brothers were all forced into relationship. Accomplished now. I'll never be able to live up to that achievement.
Never a dull moment when I go home for the holidays. Last year, my mother swore she heard a banshee. She couldn't sleep for fear that...
Actually, oh no, that was how did I not level up from that?
I adore decorating.
Wait.
Can never have too many fairy lights, in my opinion. Not sure.
Wait, wasn't that who I just spoke
It's tradition in my family to play a game.
Revelio.
Wasn't that who I just What? How do you
Revelio. Adelaide Oaks, isn't it? I received your owl.
Yes, I'm Adelaide Oaks. Oh dear. You see, my uncle Roland is a metal trader who's quite well known in the goblin community. He normally sends me owls every week when he's on his business travels. In his last owl, he alluded to dealings with those radical goblins, Ranrock's loyalists. It's been ages since that owl and I'm worried. What with the troll attack on Hogsmeade and the rumours that goblins may have been involved, well, I'm fearing the worst. Should I be worried about my uncle, or am I overthinking this?
I think you're right to be concerned, Adelaide. Your uncle may be in trouble.
You're much more understanding than Professor Weasley. She heard I was going to look for him and forbade me from leaving the grounds. She's convinced he can handle himself, but I can't concentrate on anything until I know he's all right. Could you try to find out for me? From what I hear, you're almost as adventurous as Uncle Roland.
I'll try and look into it for you, Adelaide.
Thank you. He's very thorough in his record keeping, notes all his trades in a journal, makes maps. In fact, in his last owl, he drew me a map of his next stop. He'd planned to set up camp north of here. I do hope you're able to find out where he is. Thank you again for any help you can provide.
Honestly, he's probably dead.
Oh, Uncle Roland, what have you got yourself into?
Like, to be completely 100% honest, he's close. I'm surprised there's not one closer. Eh. Ow. My bones. I can feel it in me bones. Where did I put? Oh, there it is. I was looking around the room for my pretzels because I would like to eat them at some point before they melt. So, probably after this episode.
Nobody will miss one measly little student.
Could this be Mr. Oakes's campsite? Ranrock's loyalists, just ahead. Should I take them by force or be discreet?
Feels like I've been at this for hours. What have we here? Another human?
Confringo!
I've been... Another human? Taste goblin silver. Glance off of me. Does Hogwarts teach you nothing about dueling? Can't handle a little altercation. Rather unwise coming back this way. You can't stop us. I don't think you know who you're dealing with. Was that your best? You won't stop me. We're just here. I'll snap that wand and your neck. I will make you pay. Why can't I?
Adelaide said that her uncle kept notes of his trades, maps. Perhaps these landmarks will lead me to him. A rock formation. That's the first landmark on this map. Now, find the crooked tree. A crooked tree, just as the map said. The crumbling tower shouldn't be far from here.
Wouldn't mind a plum job at Gringotts. Suit me, sitting around all day. Mind you. Afraid to fall. Someone's here.
Revelio. Levioso. Fringo. crumbling tower. The spot on the map should be directly south of here. What do we have here? I may have more luck higher up in the keep. Stone walls do a prison make, sometimes. This is the spot on the map. I'd best have my wits about me.
Get away! You won't get away with that! I'll get you.
Goodness, not a party to attend by myself. Leviosa!
Long for a bacon and mushroom stew.
That's will avenge your death.
Revelio. Now here's...
Why is it crazy?
This looks like trouble. Revelio. Revelio. Revelio.
Not quite. It's almost too covenant since before you were born.
Stupefy.
Much too slow.
Stupefy. This can't... Revelio. I don't like the looks of that encampment.
Oh, I have to go to the ruins, damn it. I don't want to go to the ruins. Oh, this is turning out to be more of a pain in the ass than I wanted it to be. I was expecting some of a pain in the ass, but I wasn't expecting this much of a pain in the ass. Oh, actually, I could get a new I can get a new talent, and I can equip that 26 gear that I got. Actually, that's probably a good idea. Let's fight.
What will we find in here? Revelio.
Enjoy suffering, do you?
Potato. Stupefy.
You won't get away with that. I shall avenge you. This will not do.
It looks as though Adelaide's instincts were spot on. Revelio. Alohomora. Revelio.
A human's word is their word. This prisoner owes us the metal we were promised. Why can't I get here? This is impossible. Well done. You won't get away with that.
Why, stupid myself? A boiler door. How to open it? Revelio. Confringo. Revelio. Confringo. Revelio. Revelio. Revelio.
I've never seen a sword like it.
Revelio. Hello? Mr. Oakes?
Yes, I'm here. They've taken my wand. This cell has an enchanted lock. I have experience with these locks, but I need my wand if I have any chance of opening it. Look for a boiler door. I've heard them speak of it.
I need to find Mr. Oakes' wand. Where could it be? Revelio.
One way or another.
I won't rest until... Don't you stop it! No! I will make you pay. Something's taken out last meat! I won't rest until you're dead. You'll pay for that! Hit it, Rob. Miss me. You're no match for me. Kill spells glance off of them.
Even though you're not even trying.
You won't stop me. You can't stop us. I don't have time for this. Was that your best? Prepare to surrender now. Not quick enough.
You won't get away with that.
be Mr. Oakes's wand. Perhaps now he can set himself free.
Please, pass me my wand. I can't get out of this damn cell without it. It's my last hope. Please. Oh, my wand. Oh, thank Merlin. Thank you.
You did it! I found my wand and... Wait, you're a student? Oh, we must get you to safety immediately. It's dangerous.
It's all right, Mr. Oakes. I've dealt with these goblins before.
Dear Merlin, you're either very lucky or very talented. Well, how did you find me?
I'm a friend of Adelaide's. She was worried about your business with Ranrock's loyalists.
Oh, she was right to be. I couldn't go through with the agreement, and when I told them, I ended up blindfolded and behind bars. Been locked in that infernal cell for so long, they'd forgot I was even there. I overheard things. If only I could reward you for what you've done. Blasted goblin stole every canut on me. All I can say is thank you, truly.
You mentioned you overheard things.
Sad tale, really. I think I know where Ramrock's unfortunate vendetta against wizardkind began. Although dragon breeding was outlawed by the Warlocks Convention of 1709, Ranrock stumbled upon an illegal dragon camp. He was young, found the creatures fascinating. He'd visit the camp in secret whenever he could, never making his presence known. After weeks of sly surveillance, he finally summoned the courage to speak to the wizard in charge. Ranrock wanted to join them, and the creatures. The wizard happened to drop his wand. Ranrock saw an opportunity. He picked it up, went to hand it back as a means of introducing himself. The sight of a goblin with a wand sent the wizard into an instant rage. He beat Ranrock nearly to death. Ever since, Ranrock has despised wizardkind, sees us all as cruel.
Am I right that you speak gobbledygook?
Unbeknownst to Ranrock's fiends, I do. I've always had an affinity for goblin culture. Knew I wanted to be a metal trader ever since I was a lad. It wasn't easy learning the language. It's complex, and my memory's as weak as my knees these days. But after decades working with fine goblin folk, I grew fairly proficient. At least, I'd like to think so.
I'm grateful I was able to help you, Mr. Oakes. Adelaide thinks the world of you.
Oh, and I her. She's become quite savvy to my trading habits, always analysing my detailed owls. If only I hadn't resorted to trading with such fiends. A lesson I shan't soon forget. Having my wand back is like being reunited with an old friend. I must return home and inform Adelaide of my safety. Will you be all right?
I'll be fine, Mr. Oakes. You get back to Adelaide. I assure you, her worries outweigh yours.
Oh, I'm anxious to see my dear niece. And then I plan to travel far from here for my next round of trading. Thank you. May life reward you justly for your deeds. Be well, my friend.
Mr. Oakes was lucky. Ranrock's lot would never have freed him.
Quite lucky indeed. Hoya, 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 Alright, maybe we get there, maybe we don't. Who knows? But in actuality, it is past 1 in the morning. I have some errands. Oh god. Okay, so get to the map now, which is good. Game's gone there. I mean, in theory, I could go for it. There should be a cellar there, right? I hope. I would hope we're in a hamlet, so they're usually there. I think. To my recollection, they usually are.
Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you as well. How can I help you?
What do you have for sale?
What are we in the market for today? Have I mentioned you're welcome to stop by any time?
Off on another adventure, are we?